There's a moment in every leader's life when success stops feeling successful. I've lived that moment, and what came next changed everything about how I measure leadership. I'm Saundra Kandler, and in this episode, we're redefining ROI, not return on investment, but return on impact. We live in a world obsessed with metrics: followers, sales, production, rankings, awards. I've spent most of my career in an industry where numbers were the scoreboard. For 12 years, I served in leadership inside one of the largest real estate companies in the world, coaching thousands of agents and leaders across markets and countries. We tracked everything, and that's important. Numbers do matter. But here's what I learned after years of chasing results. There's a difference between success that looks good and success that feels good. At some point, every high-performing leader hits a ceiling, not because they've run out of talent, but because they've run out of meaning. That's when you realize you don't just need a higher ROI, return on investment. You need a deeper one, return on impact. What is return on impact? Return on impact is the new measure of leadership success. It's how we quantify the difference our work makes, not just the revenue it creates. It's the legacy of how people grow because of you. It's how your team feels when they leave a meeting. It's the ripple effect of your influence long after the transaction, the call, or the campaign is over. Here's what's powerful about that. When you focus on impact first, the income always follows, but it becomes sustainable because people don't just remember what you sold them. They remember how you made them feel seen, supported, and significant. That's return on impact. It's leadership with eternal ROI. How I learned this the hard way. When I first started leading at a high level, I was laser focused on performance. I wanted to hit every goal, help every agent win, keep every leader motivated, and stay 10 steps ahead of everything. And I did for a while. But I also started to notice something. Even when the results were record-breaking, the fulfillment wasn't always there. I was hitting all the numbers, but missing the why. And I started to ask myself, is this the kind of success I want to multiply? That's when God began shifting my definition of success. He reminded me that my purpose was never about production. It was about people. And that's what, at my best, I did well. My calling wasn't to manage performance, but to develop potential. That realization changed everything for me, my leadership, and eventually for the creation of the Legacy Collaborative. Because when you build from impact, the byproduct is always influence. You attract people who want to grow, not just people who want to win. You build businesses that bless others instead of burning you out. The 3 levels of ROI every leader should measure. When I coach inside the Legacy Collaborative, I teach leaders to measure success through 3 types of ROI: return on investment, what you earn, the tangible results, profit, performance, and growth. Return on impact, who you serve, the transformation your leadership creates in others. And return on influence, how far your ripple reaches, the legacy effect of your leadership. When you lead with those 3 in mind, something amazing happens. Your leadership becomes magnetic. People don't follow you because they have to. They follow you because they want to. They feel your authenticity, they sense your integrity, and they know your influence is about contribution, not competition. That's what true impact looks like. This is how to increase your return on impact. If you're ready to elevate your leadership through impact, here are 3 simple but powerful shifts to start making. Number 1, move from transaction to transformation. Stop asking, what can I get from this relationship? And start asking, who can this person become because of this relationship? Number 2, lead with values, not validation. When you're clear on your values, you stop needing consistent validation. Your decisions become cleaner, faster, and more aligned. Number 3, focus on multiplication, not maintenance. If your leadership ends with you, it's not legacy, it's limitation. Impact multiplies when you equip others to lead, not just follow. These shifts don't just change your results. They change your rhythm. They allow you to work with joy again. And joy is one of the greatest indicators that you're operating in your purpose. Now we're going to talk about the ripple effect of a life lived for impact. One of the things I say often is this: you never know who's watching you, but they're always learning from you. Someone is modeling their belief system after the way that you lead. Someone is shaping their definition of courage, consistency, and character by the example that you set. That's why return on impact matters so deeply, because the real legacy of leadership isn't built in your lifetime, it's built in theirs. And that's what we're doing here together. Redefining success through service, not status. Through purpose, not pressure. Through alignment, not achievement alone. Because when you focus on impact, your business becomes more than a vehicle for income. It becomes a vessel for transformation. This is the new era of leadership, an era where profit profit and purpose coexist, where peace and performance are no longer opposites, where leaders rise not because they're louder, but because they're aligned. That's the kind of leader I'm called to develop, and it's why I created the Legacy Collaborative, to help you turn your calling into a company and your values into velocity. I'm Saundra Kandler, and this is Reflect Like a CEO, the space where we grow through real conversations about faith, leadership, and alignment. If this message resonates with you, I'd love for you to subscribe and share it with someone who leads with heart. And when you're ready to take this message from inspiration to implementation, to design a business and a life that multiply your impact, join me inside the Legacy Collaborative. That's where we turn purpose into prosperity and leadership into legacy. I'm so glad you're here. Let's build your legacy together.